I just was wondering, with Riverdale, I don't think you've gotten ever too much flack from parents or whatever, but there's a little bit of, raciness. And you said in one of your interviews, hey, these kids are thirsty and all that. But then on the other hand, Sabrina got a lot of flack because, oh, no, she's in a show where she's saying Hail Satan, all that stuff. And then when you actually watch Sabrina, like in Riverdale, the teen sex is really limited over the overall arc of the show. It's really a thriller with, good kids trying to defeat evil, way more important than anything else. So, and then with Sabrina, she winds up by the end doing this huge battle against Satan to cast him back into hell when she had her choice. Do I embrace this and go with what my family's always done, or do I stand up to what's wrong? And I thought that was really remarkable and unfair. And I'll just to be open with you, I'm a practicing Catholic. And at first I was like wondering, geez, is it really going to be that crazy? And then I thought it was a really brilliant metaphor about standing up against evil in the world. And I don't know if I've misread it, but how did you feel about that kind of criticism? What's it like getting branded that way? And I'm assuming, I don't know if my read is right, but it just seems like you weren't really trying to push something, dangerous or whatever.
It's funny. I was raised Catholic as well, and I love those scary movies like The Omen and Rosemary's Baby and The Exorcist.
I can't watch those, brother. And, I cannot watch those.
The evil. And it's funny. In many ways, I think that The Chilling Adventures of Sabrina is much more wholesome than Riverdale.
Oh yeah,
I think
it's
a little more innocent. The teenagers on Sabrina, they feel truly like teenagers. Kiernan, who plays Sabrina, she's a teenager. She was 18 when we made the first season. So I think the show needed that innocence and that optimism to balance out the darker elements. I think if the teens were a little bit older and a little more sexually active like they are on Riverdale, you wouldn't get the delicious contradiction of the Sabrina who's like a very young woman, 16, facing down the Dark Lord. So I think that ultimately the theme, it's also about her and her family and always defending the underdog and her friends. So it's hard to ignore that. I mean, you can find reason to be offended with anything, but when you really look at something like Sabrina, it's so clear that this isn't reality. It's so clear that Sabrina and her family love each other. It's so clear that they're fighting for good, even though they're raised to say Hail Satan and all that stuff. Again, if you're looking for a cause to be offended, you will find it. But really, at its core, that's not what the show's about.
Right. Right. Understand.
It's really about a kid finding their place in the world.
Yeah. Well, that's great, man. Wanted to say congrats on your deal. You got an $80 million deal to do more shows, and one of the biggest deals in history, probably. And basically, we just want to steer people to see Good Boys at the Pasadena Playhouse starting June 26th to July 21st. And check it out at PasadenaPlayhouse.com or .org. I think it's .com, right? Anyway, but look it up, folks. You'll find it. And so thanks for joining us. Ron, be safe in Saudi Arabia.
I will have a blast in Saudi Arabia.
I will try not to get you arrested.
I hope you don't, my friend.
All right, folks. And so, till next time, this has been Carl Kozlowski,
Ron Pearson,
Antonio Delgado.
And you've been Man Upped.